check out my sister-in-law's banana tree. This isn't just any banana, this is called apple banana. Apple bananas are a bit more tart and a bit firmer and have a unique aroma compared to regular bananas. She's got a big bunch that's just about ready to pick, and I know just what I want to make with them. Banana Lumpia. Just gotta wait a few days for them to ripen up. Of course, we can't have just banana lumpia for dinner, so we're gonna make one of my favorite Filipino dishes, pork guisantes. We'll start with a nice Maui onion. Just trim off the top and the bottom, and it's pretty easy to peel. The onion is going to stew for a while, so we can just cut some nice big hunks. Now we're going to need some garlic. You ever have difficulty peeling garlic? Let me show you the easy way. Just cut off the hard part at the bottom. Then give it a good smack with your cleaver. The paper-like skin will slip right off. Since we're just gonna mince the garlic small anyway, it really doesn't matter that we smashed it. It's called pork guisantes, or Filipino pork and peas. So we're gonna need some pork. In this case, I'm using pork butt, and I'm just gonna cut it into 1-inch cubes. Back when Hawaii was first exploited as a sugarcane growing region, waves of immigrants came from Asia to work on the sugarcane plantations. First came the Chinese, including my family. Then the Japanese, then the Koreans. The Filipinos were the fourth wave to come, but they came in large numbers, and they continued coming even after the sugarcane plantations waned. So we've got a really big Filipino community here in the islands. Pretty much all of Kalihi and Waipahu are primarily Filipino. So really good Filipino food is definitely part of the culture in Hawaii. So I gotta do right by them. After browning your garlic to a nice amber color, add in your pork. Just stir it in a bit so the cooler pork will stop the garlic from burning. Then add in some nice fresh cracked pepper. We're going to brown the outside of the pork to sear in all those juices and flavors. Pork guisantes is a tomato-based stew. So we're going to add in 1 can of tomato sauce, then fill that can with water and add that in as well. That'll give it just the right consistency. To season, we're going to add in 1/4 cup of shoyu, or soy sauce. I'm using Aloha Shoyu, so you get a nice local flavor. But the key seasoning is 1/4 cup of patis, or fish sauce. You've seen me cook a lot with Vietnamese nuoc mam. Filipino patis is a close cousin, but they're not exactly the same. We'll throw in a couple of bay leaves too, for the subtle je ne sais quoi that they add. Just as Japanese shoyu and Chinese siyao have different flavors, nuoc mam is generally sweeter and lighter, whereas patis has a stronger, saltier flavor. Now we're going to let it simmer on low for about 2 hours. After the first half hour, you're going to see all the fat from the pork floating on top. Just skim it all off, We want a nice clean stew, not a greasy spoon. Then add in the onions and give it a good stir. Be sure to give it a good stir every half an hour or so it doesn't burn. After about 2 hours, it should be nice and tender. The dish is Filipino pork and peas, so now we're going to add in our peas. About 1 pound of frozen peas should be just about right. The key thing here is that you don't want to cook the peas so much that they get mushy. So we're going to pour in the peas frozen, give it a good stir, and then immediately turn off the heat. The residual heat should warm up the peas just enough so when you bite into them, they'll still have some pop. Alright, now we can finally get to our banana lumpia. Besides being a little more tart and firm, they're also shorter and fatter than regular bananas. You don't really need me to tell you how to peel a banana, do you? Okay, I've got a little problem. When I went out to the store to pick up some lumpia wrapper, they were all out. All they had was Chinese wonton pei and Korean mandupi. So I'm just going to improvise with this wonton pei, though the texture isn't going to be quite right. Let's just pretend that it's lumpia wrapper, okay? Cut your banana into quarters. The apple banana should just fit in the wonton pei. Now I've got another problem. You should roll the banana in brown sugar before wrapping it. But 1, I'm diabetic, and I shouldn't be eating all the sugar anyway. 2, I'm serving this as a side dish, not as a dessert, so it doesn't have to be that sweet. And 3, ants got into my box of brown sugar, so I don't really have the option anyway. If you have it, the sugar forms a nice glaze around the banana inside of the crunchy lumpia wrapper. But honestly, it tastes great even without it. Just fry them up on about medium heat for 2 minutes on each side. They should come out GBD, golden brown delicious. Can you do this with regular bananas? Sure, but it won't taste quite the same. And since they're larger, you gotta make sure to cut them to fit the right size of the wrapper. And that's it. Pork Guisantes and Banana Lumpia. My mom always loves my pork guisantes. It's her favorite Filipino dish, and I can totally see why. The pork is so savory, and the peas are little explosions of sweetness. But it's that combination of tomato, shoyu, and patis that give it such a perfect balance of saltiness and umami. Wow! And having the crunchy banana lumpia is such a great accompaniment to this. The crunch contrasts the cut-it-with-a-fork tender pork, and the sweet fragrance of the banana contrasts the saltiness of the shoyu and the patis. Like all Asian foods, It's all about the balance and combinations of all the different flavors. And the Filipinos know how to mix and match their flavors well. Until next time, Joy Kim and a hui ho.